Okay, so welcome back to the late night edition of my channel, and it has been a while. And you might notice this thing right here. That is the GoPro Hero 7 Black, and that is the action camera that I use for my fishing videos. I've actually had a lot of questions in the comment sections of my videos about what is my GoPro setup, what microphone do I use, and I'm going to go over that tonight. You guys know that I love fishing. I fish all the time. But another thing that I feel like I don't talk about enough is my camera equipment. So we're going to go over this. And if you guys want to see a video about the other camera equipment that I use, let me know. But anyway. Okay, so to go over my GoPro setup with you guys, I mean, it would only be right to talk about the case and the GoPro and everything that goes with it. So basically, when I go fishing, I take this black case with me, okay? This is the GoPro casey. And in that case, I usually don't have the GoPro in it, okay? The GoPro usually goes on the chesty mount. And in the case, I do have the three-way arm. And I do have GoPro mount pieces. I have part of the charger, well, the actual charger itself, and then I do have the piece that the batteries go in. Okay, these are all GoPro accessories, but what do we all know about GoPro accessories and the GoPro itself? It is expensive. They cost a lot of money. Now I do know that DJI recently came out with an action camera. It does look very nice, but I've always been a fan of GoPro. Before I used the Hero 7 Black, I used the Hero 4 Silver with an external microphone. And then I didn't like the 5 or the 6. I owned the 6, and the Hero 7 came out. And believe it or not, I do get asked all the time, what is the microphone that I use for this GoPro? I do not use a microphone. Literally. And you're like, well, what do you mean you don't use a microphone? Turn it on. I turn the GoPro on, and all I do is, if you go to the settings, I keep it in 1080-60, wide angle, low light is auto, stabilization is auto, which is the hyper smooth stabilization, and I keep Pro Tune off. That's basically what I do. You hit record. I record the clip, I go fishing, turn it off, and of course it does have voice commands. GoPro, turn off. So, I know this is kind of all over the place, but you open the case, take your GoPro out, open it. There's your battery. The batteries from the 5 and the 6 do work with the 7. SD card slot is right there, which I'm going to go over in a minute. But, I mean, it's basically, that's basically it. I mean, as simple and as silly as it sounds, that is what I do. I put an SD card and a battery in the GoPro. I put it on the chest mount, and I go fishing with it. Now, you guys know that I do use a DSLR camera, a mirrorless camera, and my cell phone also for some of my videos that have edits and also for just fishing videos. But this right here is like a key to my fishing videos. Like, I have to have this. Now, we need to kind of go over some of the other accessories here. So, let's start with the SD card. The SD cards that I use are usually 64 gigabyte SD cards. I do use one by PNY. It is a 64 gigabyte SD card, and I also use Sandisk. Now, I remember momentarily, I only used to use Sandisk when I first started because I thought it was the best and blah, 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 blah. But Sandisk is a little pricey. Well, so is PNY kind of, but I have found that Sandisk and PNY, I do get kind of the same performance out of both. Now, not pictured here, I also do use 32 gigabyte SD cards. Usually, like I said, 64 gigabyte or 32. Once in a while, I'll use 120, but not really. And then you will notice that in the case, I do carry this Sandisk adapter. Now, why do I carry the adapter with me in the case when I'm fishing if I'm not going to need it? Well, that is because if you take the card out of the camera and you put it in this and then put it in here, you can grab another card when you're out on the water and you don't have to worry about it, and you have it all in your case. Now, I do like this system. I do like this setup. It has helped me a lot. But remember, like I've said, The GoPro accessories, they're really expensive. They're overpriced. DJI is getting into it, so we'll have to see where that goes. But as far as the batteries go, like I said, the batteries from the 5 and the 6 do work on the 7. It is the GoPro battery. For the Hero 4 Silver, I did use some of the Wasabi batteries and the GoPro batteries, but for the 7, I only do use just the GoPro batteries. Now to go with the charger, you do have the cable, and then also in the case, right out of this case, pulls out this pouch. And what do you think is in the case? Of course, more batteries. Why? Because I am constantly filming when I fish. You've got about 9 batteries in there. So literally what I will do is I will put an SD card and a battery in there, and I will have the GoPro rolling basically the entire time. And I mean, how do I want to explain this? I will do 1 to 5 minute clips with my GoPro, and then I will turn it off and do another clip. Or let's say the battery is going to die and I'm in the middle of a cast, I will reel in, change the battery, and there it goes. Now I have found that the batteries do last a lot longer when it is warmer outside. So if it is in the summer right now, if it's in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, your battery will last you anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. And I have noticed that the batteries do not last as long in the cold. At the end of the day, it depends on how the fishing goes. I mean, I can have a video where I catch 5, 10, or 15 fish and I only have 40 or 50 clips. But the majority of the time, I do have anywhere from about 80 to 115 or 120 clips. I will put the card in the slot, grab another card. Now, that's usually when I'm fishing the Great Lakes for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours at a time. And that's just the system that I use. I mean, I know some people will loop their GoPro. Some people will just let it play and only have 10 clips for their whole day or battery life or card or whatever. Well, that's not the way I do it. What are they going to do for the GoPro Hero 8? Like I've mentioned, DJI is getting into the game, and they are really stepping it up with their action camera. Now, I know that, like I said, the GoPro Hero 4, well, the 4 silver, the 3 silver, and black, those were great. The 5 and the 6 were terrible. I do like the 7. And again, no external microphone, okay? Now, if you're in really windy conditions or bad weather, you're going to pick up a little bit of a weird noise with this GoPro. It's not perfect. It's not the ultimate best action camera. Well, maybe you think it is. I mean, I like it a lot, but I kind of need you guys to do me a favor and let me know in the comment section below. Do you like GoPro? Do you prefer DJI? What action camera do you like best for your fishing or your bike or whatever your topic is videos? I would like to think that GoPro is going to continue to get better as the 8, the 9, the 10 come out. I really do hope that they keep the same system, the same design, so I can use the batteries in the future models. I know when they switch from the 4 to the 5, 6, and 7, they changed the batteries and the accessories. And GoPro has had a lot of issues, but I'm hoping they're getting those under control. But like I said, this is what I use when I fish. I mean, I love filming with a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. I love editing, using royalty-free music, B-roll, all that stuff. But this year especially, I have really just like taking a GoPro, going fishing, having fun, documenting it, and just showing more of the fishing. Now, I do have some things coming up on the channel where I'm going to do a lot more than just GoPro fishing, but I really don't even want to get into that. So, what is your favorite way to film when you fish? I mean, I know a lot of you guys are going to say a drone or a DSLR or a mirrorless, which I've done those things, but my favorite thing is a GoPro. I mean, yes, you're going to get it to where you have your hand in front of the camera, or you miss a shot, or you catch a fish and someone screams or something happens, but again, that's real life, and this is just a lot of fun for me to fish with, and I mean, let's be honest, it's an easy video. It's not perfect. I mean, it's one angle unless you set up other cameras, but it's practical. So anyway, enough of the talking, enough of the rambling. You'll have this, another Monster Bass tackle unboxing, some other stuff coming up, and yeah, you got to remember, I'm at like, what, I think it's 295 videos now, and a lot of those videos I think are pretty good, and they only have like 200 views. So anyway, if you want to check those out, cool. If not, cool. I will see you guys next time.